another week of Bray and Ethan plus Drizzy here on the Bray and Ethan podcast. We've got the four gamer for WA, State 18s, and 5-6 coaches at Wesley, or 5-6 coach at Wesley alongside me. Hayden O'Driscoll, good morning.
Morning, boys.
Bit crook.
Bit rusty.
A little bit sick. Don't know if I have COVID. Don't know if I have just a common flu.
Yeah.
Might be just a man flu. It hits different with us.
Yeah,
Well, you slept at Optus Stadium overnight, so
Yeah, no, you're right.
You've had a busy.
You're right.
busy-
Now,
It's a good win for free.
I'm a bit surprised that you have potentially have COVID because Ethan has just been on a plane to Vegas and back for the week. So he's fresh from Vegas.
I
Apparently.
thought
was
this was
Vegas.
done for. I thought this was just behind us now. Yeah,
Oh, God.
Vegas in a couple of days. Don't know about that, but I'm here.
So the backstory
Let's go.
behind that?
There's not a whole lot around the waffle. Wasn't on the first episode this week. Mark Redding was on WA's actual best caller. I sent that to you boys and said, this is actually a reality here. And yeah, the Vegas thing just got a bit of a mention and I was like, okay, and then jumped on the second episode. And
The funny thing is that you were actually in the studio.
you
and
can
Paul
see
Percy.
you can see Skeet look at me as well when it happened. Like you can not look at me because you can't see me in it, but look to the side to where I was.
Paul Persick.
What, did he just say it like straight off?
It's
like,
something to do with
Was that like the start of the conversation? Like, was that the start? Like,
that was the intro. Yeah,
That was the intro.
It's something to do with my moustache or something. I don't know. I don't quite understand it.
Right.
Yeah.
What's Bray's then? Bray's got
know.
a heavy
don't
moustache, isn't he?
I don't know, probably the 1850s or something. Well, we're going to get straight into it. The Nathan O'Driscoll phone call last week, could that have been the reason why? I reckon he played really well from what I saw. Is that the reason why his performance was elite last night?
I think so. He didn't. Oh, he's still sorry about not knowing Bray and Ethan. He definitely knows who you guys are. Trust me.
Was that brought up at the lunch? Was it?
Yeah. He's like, oh yeah, I know who they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just.
I
I don't know why he asked.
I think
he should know.
I think
But he shouldn't. Like we've never had him on.
Yeah, true,
Like, but
true.
then I don't know.
We've
you're-
tried.
Yeah.
We've tried.
You've tried.
I think a long time ago.
We've
yeah.
got to get him on.
I think I got a photo with him in the court one night when I was 18. And he would have been, what, how old is he?
Yeah,
Same age.
probably the same age.
Yeah, well, it might be a
22,
year
23.
older maybe. So maybe he was 19.
19 maybe, yeah.
And he was wearing like just runners and almost sport shorts in a
Probably
nightclub.
kept showing training or something. Yeah. I love it. No, but they played well. He played pretty well. Like he had a couple of kicks. He probably would like to take back. Probably that set shot. But no, he played pretty well.
I was
overall.
watching the post-game show on Channel 7 last night, and one of the players said that wasn't our best football. But we're happy that everyone played their role.
It was a pretty scrappy game.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it was wet.
Yeah,
Did it actually rain at the ground?
yeah, true. The ground would have been really wet.
It was
yeah.
wet, and plus there was State of Origin the night before
Yeah.
and 2 games the week before with
Saw
a lot
couple
of wet
places
weather.
slip. Yeah,
But also like Essendon, look how many injuries they have. Like okay. I think it was a good win by Freo, but like it should have been the way that it happened. Do you know what I mean? Like
What about the debutant for the Bombers, Vicentini or whatever his name is?
yeah, and
It's a hard task.
Showed
Your
a couple
first
of
ever
good-
game in the ruck is against Luke Jackson.
I thought a couple of
Yeah.
Waffle boys did well. Archer Mag kicked a couple of goals. Was playing at Subi a couple of weeks ago, and Lockie Blackson in defence. They did well. But on the Drizzy stuff, now
Yeah, this
I know
is
we've touched on it
controversial.
off air. I know for a fact we have, but I just thought in this sort of forum it has to be brought up again. How do you have the blue tick but Nathan doesn't when he has? I think you have about 5,000, maybe high 5,000. He has
Has this
13K.
popped up before? I knew this was eventually going
He
to
has
pop up. Yeah,
more than double the amount of followers, and how does he not have the blue tick?
yeah.
And he's got a shit ton more AFL games than you.
Literally every time we like speak about it in front of everyone, we're all like,
Has he
like,
applied for it?
how have you not got it? Nathan's like, how the fuck do you have the blue tick?
So he's played 29 more career matches than you and doesn't have the blue tick.
Yep, literally. No, well, I asked for it, and like, they said no. They said, they said they'll try. They'll see what like can happen. The Bulldogs staff, and then like the media team, and yeah, they couldn't get it done. And then like a couple of months later, I was like, oh please, like this is all I want. Please, like I would be so happy. Like if you do this, this is literally my dream to get the blue tick. Nah, it's not even that big, but like it's just a tick. But yeah, and then I got it, and then yeah, obviously Nathan hasn't sort of asked for it I wouldn't say I begged, but I'd say I like asked.
He
for it
seems
a
like the
fair
kind
bit.
of person that wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah, he doesn't really care.
I feel like the
Yeah.
blue tick's been taken away a little bit now that you can pay for them.
Yeah, you can pay for them. Yeah,
So are you paying for yours now?
I definitely did not pay for it. Yeah, once it's there, it doesn't go apparently. So yeah, because there's a guy for South Freo that has it. Played for Richmond.
Oh, Matty Parker.
Yeah, Matty
Parker.
Parker. Yeah, I think he still has it. Yeah, so it doesn't go.
I'd hope. He's got a lot of followers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Move on to the text line. It was a little bit quiet this week because I think last week people thought it was a Q&A session on Drizzy, and this week we made it quite clear that it's not a Q&A session for Drizz. But I don't mind this question based off Nathan's call last week. Craft of the Draft has
Shout
come
out.
in. Yeah, shout out. Come in saying, next time your brother says he's training at the club, can you say what training, what club?
That's valid. Nah,
That's good.
yeah, that's actually good. I might as well. Yeah.
But I doubt
Let's
he'll
do
pick
it.
up the phone when he is training.
Yeah.
So he might just say, finish training.
Well, next
Yeah,
time, maybe
be like who?
maybe
like,
maybe next time
who are these
you,
guys?
you have a chat to him or you're on the phone to
Yeah.
him, and you're like, "Oh, what are you doing tomorrow?" And he says, "I got training." Then you say, "Oh, what training? What
Yeah,
club?"
what club?
and record it because the iPhone have the recording.
Yes.
Just get him straight back.
feature now.
Bit of a
Shout out
taste of his own medicine.
Craft of the Draft, Jonty and the crew there.
Love it.
We'll move on to the top five now. Bit of a recap from last week. Perth and the Waffle W had their first ever win. And it's actually the first time that a Waffle W side has won a game in their first year.
And that would be besides the 5 or 6 teams that were the
Yeah.
inaugural teams,
Yeah.
I would assume.
Yeah.
So out of all 9, that's the first. Well, who would it be? South, East Perth, West Perth, and Perth.
The inaugural teams.
No, they're the ones that have come in. So Perth is the first out of those teams.
Yep. Will Tilby came in 4th position, 24 disposals, and had high tackles as well.
And how good's the top 5 for you, Drizzy? You got Perth at 4 and 5.
There you go. Yeah.
The Demons flying high.
Well done, Waffle W. No, it's really good for them. Like they've been trying their absolute hearts out. And
Is your sister
yeah.
coaching there, or is she doing the league?
She's on Rogers.
Rogers.
I think that is that the league? Is that the
Yeah, that's the league. Rogers were in.
She's doing Rogers. I think.
Rogers have been in for 2 years, I think.
Yeah.
Before.
So she had a
Yeah.
double day at Fremantle Oval because she was on 7 for the
Yeah.
on Saturday. Tom Greason
Oh,
from
God.
Aquinas. He came in
Yeah.
5 goals against Trinity. He's a fair player, but applying his trade at Aquinas. Cooper Short, unfortunately, against his former team. He loves kicking 4 goal bags. And
Well done, Coops.
Perth let
Good
him
game
go.
from
I
him.
mean, I think he decided to leave, so it wasn't like a delisting or anything like that. But and then Jacob Donald. We had a message come in saying, your studio will get bombed if he's not in at the top. So
True story.
that's why we put him in. I think he would have been there anyway. But 35
Valid.
disposals, 3
So it was
goals.
threatening.
Was
Yeah,
there?
No, I want to just touch on Drizzy at Still Blue on Saturday. I did say I was going to go down.
You didn't go down. Were you
No.
there?
No,
Didn't think so.
I was a bit too hungover.
I watched you on the
Friday
stream.
night. But I wanted to ask, how did you go on arguably the longest waffle ground on the weekend? Lots of Ks?
Yeah, actually, it probably could have done a bit more. I think it was like 7.5. Yeah,
That's still not bad.
it's not too bad. Yeah, considering literally just run straight line sort of thing. Like you just run it there, back. You're like I don't go across the other side of the ground. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Didn't go to
it
the
was a
can
fair
bar?
bit. Nah, I didn't. But so you're a bit too hung to come. That's okay.
Yeah, well, I only had to pick up my
Next
car.
week.
I was going to pick up my car from probably 2 streets away from the Oval on Saturday morning, and the missus woke me up at about 7:30 when she was leaving for work and said, "You want me to drop you off?" And I said, "No,
No,
I'm still pissed."
give me some water.
I cannot drive right
Give
now.
me some more sleep, please.
So I ended up getting Dad to drop me off on the way to footy.
Yeah.
How about
Will?
Will Tilby's goal, by the way? That was like from the centre square.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, that was it. That was a really good goal.
Is this year?
Yeah.
I don't know from previous years, but in terms of the waffle Colts competition, have we just seen like this year? There's been a heap of massive goals. Like there's been a couple from the centre square so
Yeah.
far this year. Like I just can't think of a year where we've had
There's
Colts footy
there's
goals
one
from
from
squares.
Swans who kicked from
Yeah,
like 55 set
yeah,
shot.
yeah. Side bottom, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good goal.
Still,
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was at Still Blue.
Tilby, by the way, he came into the midfield from the back because obviously we're lacking some mids at the moment. So he played really well.
Interesting to see the coaches' votes for that game. We won't find out, but we will find out. We do have the coaches' votes here.
So how did these get released?
These are done by the Waffle Combined Past Players and Officials Association.
Yep.
So I believe they do them sort of 3-4 times a year, sort of. This is the start of the year, but it's up into around 10, then middle, and back end. So Cooper Buick is leading on 18 votes from West Perth. Hasn't really been spoken about, but he's probably the smallest player in the competition. He's 172 centimetres. His brother Hunter is 171, so he's the only one that's probably smaller than him. They're playing tomorrow against Claremont. I'm calling that game for them. But yeah, he's a player he played in that state 21 to 18s game for the 21s. So they got a couple of young boys in there.
Height don't matter. Come on.
Yeah, height don't matter. And
Short
he's
kings.
playing in the middle. But yeah, so he's at the top on 18, and then there's, it's pretty bulky throughout that. But just some talking points. I don't want to, stitch up the coaches here or anything because they were very giving with their time. But some talking points out of that. Start off, round one. How does Carter Bryant, 31 touches and a goal, not get a vote, but Heath Melody had 20 touches and a goal, and he gets the 5 maximum votes in that game? I don't know, but...
how the coaches see the game if they play a role.
Influential,
I don't because you see it in the AFL as well. Some guys are like, how did this guy pull some votes or something? Well, they weren't that good, they just played their role.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. It's probably just the coach's view. That's what I'm thinking.
True.
Okay. Sam Swaddling didn't cast a vote in round 2 versus Perth with 36 touches, or in round 5 against Claremont with 42 touches.
What?
But he polled maximum 10 votes in the 2 rounds between them. Okay.
So what do you mean by maximum 10 votes?
So in the 2 rounds in between those,
yeah.
he polled 2 5-vote games.
So he didn't get a vote with 42 touches.
No.
Do you know what that is though? They just got to let the other kids have a little bit of a chance. Come on now.
Yeah, well...
We can't get all the fights.
Again, we appreciate that it's not just about stats, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who actually does the votes? Is it, say it's Ethan Football Club versus Bray Football Club. Am I voting for your players or am I voting for my players?
It's both, I think.
Right.
It's overall. It's like pretty much the same as the Association AFL ones. How they do 10 all up. I think. I'm not going to stop here. I'm sorry. Some of these are mind blowing.
This is a rant.
Ryder Luke, he didn't poll 5 votes when he kicked 8 goals.
Well, he didn't get a touch in the second half, did he?
He still polled 4. So and
true.
Riley Stannard polled 5 in that. Latrell Yarron back in round 2 kicked 4 goals against Peel. Didn't cast a vote. Toby Jones 28 disposals and a goal against Perth in round 5. Dwayne Ryder 4 goals in that game as well. Didn't poll votes, which you remember because they pumped you guys.
They played really well, both of them.
Cam Maynard didn't poll any votes despite kicking 4 of his 6 goals in the Freo Derby, which was in the wet. Didn't poll a vote. That game was rain heavy effect. He kicked 4 goals and didn't get a vote.
When we did the backflip.
Yes, he did not get a vote. How is that possible?
Yeah.
He was in the top 5, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
We're given recognition in the top 5.
Yeah, maybe that's why.
See, let's do the coaches' votes instead. Yeah.
And Lucas Santich didn't poll any votes against Peel, despite having the most ranking points on the ground, but then got the full 5 votes the following week versus Claremont, where he was pretty good. I was there, but I don't know if he was worth 5 votes. Max Antanaho had 23 disposals and kicked 4 goals.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, I genuinely don't. I'm speechless looking at these stats. Everyone has their own opinion, though. I guess if you're not there on game day, but like
they're not looking at stats. I'm telling you, they can't be.
Yeah, they can't be. 42 touches is like how many touches of those are you going to stuff up? Like you can only F up probably like 10, 15 of those max, and that's still like around 30 touches.
But yeah, Cooper Buick looks the player to me because he'll play every game, I'd assume, state duties and that sort of thing. He plays state 16s, but Sam Swaddling's in 3rd position, equal 3rd, and he's, missed a fair chunk of footy now. So, yes.
Can't believe that.
But when you look at the top, I don't know, let's say 10, don't exactly know what it is, 10, 15 maybe. There's a lot of very good players up there. So at least I think all the
Tilby.
the top players in the competition are somewhat up there. Like, yes,
Wait, are we allowed to say this? We're allowed to say this, yeah?
Yeah,
Or
it's
at least
made
public.
It's
Yeah,
public.
it's
This was
public.
posted on Facebook.
Where is it? Oh, on Facebook. 13 votes. William Tilby. Well done.
leading Perth getter, yep.
Yeah, who's on top? 18.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ethan did say that.
Yeah.
Do you
sorry.
listen?
No. I did say that, but I was meaning points.
I wonder how many coaches' votes you polled back in your day. You probably could find it somewhere, to be honest.
Only a couple.
How'd you go on the best and fairest?
Cold. Oh, because of
Perth.
Wesley. Yeah.
Not the grand final year.
No. Oh, it's still Wesley, yeah.
Shame. Not good enough.
I know, not good enough.
Well, the coaches' votes are out. It looks. What is it? It's
Leo Steed up
what
there.
is it? The Coaches Association, is it? The Waffle
Past players.
Past Players.
Yeah.
Hang on. Can I just say here, Seth Clark, Perth, 12 votes. He hasn't played the last 3 games, I don't think.
Yeah, he's
2
on
games.
it. If he played every game,
There you go.
he'd
He could be on
he'd
top.
Yeah,
Bang.
probably.
South Fremantle have the most votes by 1. East Freo are in second. Perth have 60 votes, which is equal third. You're on the same amount of votes as West Perth.
Wow.
Big.
There we go. Bang, bang.
And even at the bottom end, East Perth and Peel Thunder are tied on 46 at the bottom. So it's not as close as what the ladder suggests.
No. It's a very tight competition. All right, let's move our attention over to the champs from the weekend. It was a disappointing day at Alberton Oval for our Black Ducks. Having a look at, I know I was watching Gettable the other day, and they were just going off on how strong some of these SA players are, and clearly Cam Narn kicking 7. That's a big game. A lot of them. There's a lot of talent there, and they were loving Dyson Sharp and Mitch Marsh.
The Bison.
The Bison.
If he doesn't get that nickname, I'm assuming he will be
should
picked
get
up.
it.
If he doesn't get that nickname or whatever club he
Yeah.
lands at, then that's a disgrace. But
But what
How many
happened?
did he kick?
Mitch Marsh,
Yeah.
He kicked 2.
yeah, but he was just
Who kicked 7?
dominant.
Who kicked-
Cam
Cam Narn.
Narn.
How many did he kick?
7.
7.
With 10
That's
touches.
insane.
But yeah, it was
You two watched the game, so what happened?
2 hours. I'll never get back. Nah.
I watched a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a
deal with
disappointing day. Obviously, like we all predicted it, but I don't think we all predicted the margin. Like 76 points was more than what we beat them by last year, 67. They practically won the champs now. So
It's game
Yeah.
over. It's all
But
she wrote.
I just thought the pressure and the skill level at SA was just unmatchable.
Well,
Like,
look at the disposal difference. They had 325 disposals to our 260.
Bruh.
They've just dominated.
and they just moved the ball so easily from one end to the other. Like, yeah.
Wait, how
Jeez.
many overages are each team allowed to have?
I don't think there's a number,
I think
right?
there's 3.
Yeah,
Might be
3.
3.
Yeah, okay.
We didn't have any though.
Can I ask
But we didn't.
Can I ask what we think about the Indigenous jersey being used in the champ?
Yeah, I like it.
You like it? I feel like it was only Vic Country that did it last year.
Yeah.
We've now jumped on. SA aren't using theirs. I don't think Metro do.
Yeah.
The Allies don't, I don't think.
It's a nice design.
I like it, but I don't want to use it every week. I want to bring
Yeah.
the OG Swan in. Like,
The
these
OG,
guys
yeah.
will never get to wear the OG Swan maybe ever again.
Yeah, that's true.
Apart from the black one that they wear in the preseason or the trial
Exactly.
games. Yeah, I honestly like. Obviously, this year's been earmarked as a really strong year for WA,
Yeah.
but I think like the gap between the guys at the top end who are projected to be picked up in the draft and maybe the guys who are just. I hate to use the word making up the numbers in the team. I just think there's probably a bit of a gap that maybe is being only highlighted now. And Vic Country are seen as one of the weaker teams in the weaker than SA and Vic Metro. So while it was a really good win against them, I think it might only get hard. Like it's not going to get easier from here.
Yeah.
So obviously they have a week off, and then 29th of June I think against Allies, and then come back here I think for the last home game.
Next weekend.
So yeah,
No games this weekend for the champs, so they will go back. every 18s guy will go back to their state level side. Next week will be the big double header at Marvel. You aware of
Yeah.
that one?
I'm not, no.
No, the double header at Marvel, Vic Country in South Australia.
You do have a laptop, Drizzy. All these links are able to be clicked on your computer.
Yeah, I can't be like that.
I think we should move on to some more positive
Yep.
news.
Please.
Well, the 16s, they start their campaign this weekend as well. They've had a really strong lead up. They beat Peel Thunder's Colts, which, okay, they're bottom of the ladder, but they still are younger.
What was the score?
81-29.
Okay, it would have been wet. Was
Yep.
it Saturday morning?
Yeah.
The Saturday morning was good.
Axel Walsh dominated. And then
Not surprised.
Perth goal sneak, Ashley Clayton, 2 goals. And then a couple goals to East Freo pair, Noah Hannaford and Jake Taylor. So that's really strong. And then this really, I think, could be the biggest shining light out of last week since we sat here. Okay, it's a trial match, but the WA 18s, the girls, they handed Claremont a 27-point loss, and Claremont haven't lost a game in the Waffle W.
Really?
So
And that 18s, yeah.
the 18s beat them. So
You know what I think
Like-
this is a sign off?
That's very positive.
The talent getting better and better every year in girls footy.
Great.
When the AFLW started, there was limited talent out there. Like
Yeah.
if you're no disrespect,
Yeah.
but if you played like just state level footy, you're a decent crack at
Agreed.
getting on an AFL list. Now it's getting even tighter and harder to
Yep.
get onto an AFL list because the
For
talent
sure.
is the talent pool's just way bigger than what it was. What are we in 2025? So about 10 years ago.
And it comes from the pathways as well. And I think a lot more girls are wanting to get involved with
Yeah.
footy because they see all these stars in the AFLW and whatnot. So, yeah, it's really good to see. And yeah, like if it keeps going, like it's just gonna keep progressing, like you said. Because like I was talking about my sister, like she came straight from netball when she was like 18, 19. She came straight
Yeah,
to
you're
footy.
like, I don't think you're going to be able to do that anymore.
Exactly. So, yeah, all these girls are starting to play from a younger age.
So they versus Queensland on Sunday, 10 a.m. So
Where at?
it's over east.
Over east. So you'd hope if you were playing a 10 a.m. game in Perth,
Yeah.
you'd be given that you're wiping the dew off the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I watched a bit of the WA-SA game or SA were exactly like what I thought Vic Country or Vic Metro would look like. It's like so smooth with the ball, like didn't miss a target, like already AFL standard, literally I think every single one of their players. Yeah. And their bigs are massive, like they're for sure going to get drafted, all of their bigs, because they're just so big, you know? And they'll develop them like pretty quickly.
100%. So they head over to Queensland to play. Actually, no, they're playing at RSCA Park in Melbourne, St Kilda's home ground. 9:50. That
Good
is.
deck. Very good deck.
Have you been there? Have you?
Yeah, you got to play a game on there.
Oh, you guys versus Vic Metro.
I think it was Vic Metro, yeah.
Got
That was on
absolutely
Fox Footy,
pumped.
wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I had Roberts on me, Archie Roberts.
Oh, yeah.
Played last night. Yeah.
You go catch up with him?
Nah, I didn't. Nah.
Not that close.
Nah, not that close. Nah.
Oh.
Nah, well, like, you know how Vic was with WA. Vic teams hate WA. I don't know why.
Well, looking forward to the
Few
Vic Metro
fights.
game then.
Yeah.
Might try get down if it's not on a Sunday.
I think it is a Sunday, but yeah.
Yeah.
TBC.
Let's have a look. Just look at the girls because they're playing. It is Sunday.
It is.
The girls are at 9:30, so I probably won't be there.
No,
I'd love to be there.
Sunday.
That's the girls at 9:30.
Yeah.
The guys, I don't know what
I
time
think
they're at.
it's
Probably 12:30.
11.
12 o'clock. Oh, I start work at 12:30, so I won't be there. Be watching it on the stream.
Yep.
Yeah.
But while we're just naming players that we played against, our C5 team on the weekend played against High Wycombe.
Yep.
The Jetters were playing. Lewis Jetta and Graham Jetta.
You're kidding.
Yep. Graham Jetta, he is a gun full forward or half forward, wherever he was playing. I was chatting to the guy that was playing on him last night.
Kicking goals from
And
everywhere.
he said he is the strongest and
Oh,
most
really?
skilled opponent I've ever played on.
You had to play on him?
I didn't know. I was
Okay.
talking to the guy that played on him.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's this, Graham?
Graham, yep. And then Lewis Jetta.
He was just taking the piss.
He could be one of the laziest guys I've ever seen on a football field. I know people say that about him at AFL level, but there was one stage I got told when the boys came off the ground after the league game, and they were like, one of his teammates yelled out to Lewis saying, "Louis, you're going to defend?" And he's like, brother, have you seen me play before? Or have you
that's so
played with me
funny.
before?
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
like that. It was funny.
Oh, that's gold. Did he kick any goals?
No, he was playing half back.
Oh, half back. Yeah.
So yeah, just would sort of, you know,
He'd probably
he'd lock down the player, but then as soon as their team got the ball, he
Yeah.
just gave up and said,
Yeah.
"Boys, off to you."
Yeah, after you. Yeah. He wouldn't miss a target though.
Probably not. I
Yeah.
don't know. I didn't see him get
Yeah.
a touch, to be honest.
Yeah, fair. Fair.
Just quickly, leadership side of things.
Yep.
In terms of the girls, looks like Olivia Crane, Renee Morgan, and Mia Russo. I believe it's a 3-person co-captaincy. They're going to lead the 18s girls, so that's been announced. And then looks like the 16s co-captains as well. Axel Walsh and Hunter Hearn from East Fremantle are going to be co-captains in that. So a ruck as a captain or co-captain. I don't
Nothing
know.
wrong with that.
How
Look at Max
old?
Gorn.
How old is Axel Walsh? How?
Well, this is his 16th year, so
Bruh.
What's his
taking
brother's
the piss
name?
right now.
Xavier.
Xavier.
He's been in this studio,
Yeah.
mate. Come
I
on.
know. I was just
Port
like, I
Adelaide.
swear
Yeah.
we've had Axel on before, and he,
No.
Yeah, but he's,
Oh, he's
they've
09,
got
so not quite yet.
They've got a similar name.
he's 09 and he's taking the piss right now.
He's young.
I actually thought the
young-
other
he's-
day, I was like, because W have a bit of a crisis in the 18s with their rucks.
Just put him in.
Imagine we have like, I don't know, I'm not wishing this, but, you know, Reggie Renroy was to go down or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, he could be one of the next in line, but I doubt that do.
I don't know why they just don't put him in a forward line or back line, just for his height wise.
But he's got 16s to focus on, like.
True. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, should we move on to the tips
Yeah,
of
but-
the Colts? Round 11.
We should
And
move
we
on
got
to it.
4 games. And they're all morning games.
We're back. What is it? Just West Coast and someone else who have the bye this week. Perth. The two
Perth
last
So
have
this
the
is the
bye,
week where
yeah.
Drizzy just zones out. He gets away. He doesn't, you know.
Yeah.
What are you
sorry.
doing? Heading
Sorry,
up to
sick.
Black Boy Ridge or whatever it's called.
Where?
I don't know what it's called. The cliff jumping spot in Bigton. Heading up
Oh, I don't even know. I don't even know what that's called.
Yeah, that's neither do I.
It probably is called that. I don't know. Yeah, but I'm new.
there. Black
I'm not
Reach Bay or something.
I'm not a full local yet. No, I am, but like, yeah, I don't know where everything is.
All right, well, my computer doesn't really want to work, so I can't actually view the fixtures.
Okay, well, we'll start off Peel, South Fremantle, 9:15 Lane Group Stadium. I fear for Peel. South Freo, considering they beat East Perth by 92 points. But you never know. You never know. Tough trip down to Lane Group Stadium at 9:15 in the morning, even though
Yeah, it
Freo's
is.
not too far. But
South Freo by 120 points.
Oh, it's going to be pissing down with rain tomorrow. You realise?
South Freo by 60 points. if it's raining.
It will rain. I think we're getting.
Okay.
I think we're getting 50 to 60 mil off the top of my head. Not quite sure.
Hang on, what? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
Well, I don't know what time it'll be, but you know how
it could be a closer game. It could be a closer game.
I'm almost certain. I saw the weather the other day.
Wet weather footy.
Tomorrow-
is a different game.
Tomorrow's going to be a top of 16.
Bruh.
how many goals? Ryder Luke's playing. How many goals is he going to kick in a half? 10? Taj Long, you were out.
4.
Okay. Yeah, I'm assuming we're all tipping South Freo.
Yes.
Right, Luke,
I'm
four
going to go
again.
40.
Didn't realise we have to go on margin, so I will stay.
Well,
clear
I
of
just
that.
I
roughly.
said 60.
Well, you said 100.
Yeah,
really.
40. I don't know. The
didn't
rain.
I didn't know the weather.
I think 40 maybe, so around the mark.
Claremont, West Perth. West Perth for me.
Tune into Streamer. I'll be on
You'll be
this
there?
game.
Are you going to be there?
It's done remotely, but I'll be calling it.
Bloody Fox footy, not going on the venues.
The hub. You know, Claremont have beat West Perth have won the last 2 games against Claremont. They beat them last year when Claremont won the premiership.
Really?
In the back end of the year.
Yeah. There's a stat.
Yeah, bit torn because Claremont have a couple of the 18s boys playing. Charlie Watson, who's kicked 3 goals in the champs for this year for the 18s, he's back in the lineup. Oscar Willis is playing as well, but then West Perth, they're pretty settled as well. I mean, there's a couple of outs. Cope the Cry's not playing, but I'll tip West Perth, but I don't know. They don't have a lot of avenues to goals, as maybe Claremont do. And if Claremont lose this,
Well, I don't think it matters. Get the smalls involved. It's
Yeah.
going to be a bit wet.
Claremont, what are they, 4-4? I'll tip West Perth. Not convinced, though.
West Perth, man, I apologise, Drizz. I made you have a heart attack. We are not getting 50 to 60 mil. We're getting 5 to 20.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say 50 to 60.
Yeah, that'd be a big day.
Yeah. But yeah, still 60 points. I'm calling. But Claremont.
Okay.
Claremont, I'm picking over West Perth.
It's also a top of 17 tomorrow.
That's pretty
My
silly.
long sleeves are going to come out tomorrow.
Imagine that in the morning.
Oh,
Morning's
yeah.
worth for the game.
Imagine having to play a Colts game.
Yeah.
What time? They're all early this week,
Wouldn't be
apart
able to
from
fill
one.
your hands.
Yeah.
9:15.
Yeah, imagine playing at 9:15, having
You
to get
know-
to the ground at 8,
Yeah.
and especially if you're South Freo and having to drive down to Peel, get out of bed at
Oh,
6.
no, thank you.
That'll be horrible. It might be minus 14 degrees at 6 o'clock.
Get 2 pairs of trackies on, mate.
First
Two
time ever,
jumpers.
I'm going to be calling a Claremont Colts game in almost 2 years.
Really?
First time ever, or first time in 2 years?
No, first time. Well, I've only done it for
Yeah.
not only 2
Yeah.
years, but I've done like a few Waffle W games, Claremont obviously, but
That's so good.
yeah. And East Perth, I think the other team I haven't done Colts. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, you've done a senior game, so you'll be fine.
Yes.
Now, this
Yeah.
game has potential.
Yeah.
Just like the Claremont West Perth game. I think the East Freo Swans game has potential. It was obviously you called it earlier in the year.
2
It was
points.
2 points
Back in round 5.
Yep. I think Swans might struggle at the good grocer compared to Steel Blue. I'm going to tip East Freo though by 15. But it's going to be wet. Who knows? I'm not sure how that ground holds up anymore with the rain. But before they redeveloped it, it was horrible.
East Freo versus Swans.
Yes, that's what I said.
Sorry, I was.
You're not playing this week, so
I
you
was
can-
dialed in.
I was locked in. East Freo, yeah.
yeah, I don't think it'll be.
Shark Park, yeah.
I don't think it'll be as close as what it was
Good
in round
grocer park,
5.
mate.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be as close as what it was in round 5. So I think East.
But it's going to be
Freo.
wet, so who knows? I think that's the same with any game this week. East Perth and Subi, the city of Vincent Cup. Subiaco for me.
Subi.
Yeah, Subi. I think they'll get one back on that round 1 loss that they had to East Perth.
Correct. And the last game of the round, Perth versus the Buy. Who are we tipping here? I think Perth.
it's gonna be a close game.
Perth should just hold on.
Only just so.
You won't do
gonna
what
be-
Port Adelaide did in 2011 and lose the bye.
So
Oh,
best of luck to Perth on the weekend.
Fingers crossed.
You can't have a loss, so you'll take that. And I can't even find the PSA website either, so I can't even look at that. But we've got 3 games as we usually do. Before we actually, no, we'll go to this quickly. First game, Wesley and Aquinas. Good game. I'll go Aquinas for me, I think.
Game of the round
Yeah,
for sure.
Ooh.
There's no question about that.
Yeah, for sure.
Wesley, fresh off the bye.
There's usually only one game of the round in PSA these days.
Looks like it's at Wesley.
I reckon Aquinas, but in a tight one.
Yeah.
I'm going Wesley at home. Someone back
They
in the
like
Wesley
playing
boys.
at home.
Yeah.
Well, you guys did.
Yeah, well, we did a couple of years back.
Yeah.
But Wesley by 10 points. Come on, boys.
By
Get over
10.
the line. Yeah.
Trinity and Scotch. This should be a breeze for Scotch, you would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not 100 points. I swear every PSA score, you just look at it, and it's like
Yeah.
130 to 15.
I think Trinity have got a decent record against Scotch at the Trinity playing fields in the last 2 years. Like I think they might have beaten them once about 2 years ago, but I don't think they've been smashed by them there
No.
for a good couple of years. But I think Scott should win by at least 30 in wet weather footy, and that ground will be horrible as well.
Yeah.
You would have played on that ground
Yeah.
when it's wet.
It's shocking. It's so bad. I'm going Scotch. Write the score down. 92 to 20. There you go.
72 points, okay. And then last game.
Hale versus Christchurch. If Hale can beat Scotch the other week, then they should be fine beating Christchurch this week.
I reckon Christchurch should, no disrespect, but they should aim to score more than 2 goals. What?
That's harsh.
They're
Yeah.
scoring. They're scoring about 15 to 20 points, like in that bracket lately.
Yeah. Feel bad for him.
And Hale could win the Outgo this year.
That's big.
It could. Yeah.
Sorry, but
Yeah. Well, it's always the 3. Aquinas, Scotch, Hale.
so yeah, Hale.
Christchurch. Oh, Will Oakley, obviously. He's been playing some good footy. Got to give him a little shout out, even though they've been getting flogged. I've been seeing his stats on the Insta. I'm going Hale.
Hale.
Yep.
All right. Now, while we're on the PSA, Driz, you had your 5-6s go around yesterday. Were they against Aquinas?
Yeah, they played against Aquinas. I got the 5-6 Bs. So
The Bs, you got dropped.
yeah,
Did you get sacked from the A's?
I was always the Bs. The Bs. So I gave it an umpire as well. Got the kilometres in yesterday.
It's an umpire.
Yeah, little umpire.
Big. Did you wear the green shirt?
Nah, just rocked up in my Wesley kit.
Bias.
Yeah, literally. But nah, it was it was hard because we only had 6 players this game. No, seven players and 15 go on field. They had 13, so they just gave us 3. So then it was 10 on 10.
10 on 10.
Which worked. But yeah, first quarter they were sort of taking the piss. They gave us their best players, but they were all in the midfield and they were just letting their teammates run amok.
Nice.
On our team.
Love that.
It wasn't fair at all, but the second half they came back a little bit, but yeah, still probably lost by about 50 plus points, I reckon. Yeah.
Nice. All right, well, should we move on to the certainty and can't wins for the weekend?
Wait, sorry, I wasn't paying attention too much.
Have you been paying attention at all today?
Yeah, well, give me a break. I'm sick.
We were last week. We paid attention.
Yeah, true. What was it? The questions.
Yeah,
there was no questions.
There was one.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Oh, did you cut them off?
No, you can go have a look on Ethan's
There's actually
phone.
no questions.
I think as well because I don't know. Sometimes we had a lot for our guest Tom Grills who'll be in here next, and sometimes when there's a couple stories up, might get miss. I don't know. You know, people just skip stuff and that sort of thing.
Fair. That's valid.
But yeah, any fines? Or are we doing that after the?
No, after.
Okay.
So certainly you can't win.
Obviously, the Las Vegas. That's got to be a fine.
Yep.
Okay.
It's about you, so.
All right. Certainties and can't win. My certainty this week will be Port Adelaide to beat Sydney.
Yeah, okay.
I think they should win that.
Certainty.
Actually, yeah, certainty.
Yeah, fair. Adelaide.
Port Adelaide.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are you going that as well? Or?
No, I'm not. So, yeah, no. Yeah, I'd pick them as well if I was you. But my certainty would be Collingwood over St Kilda.
Boring, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan?
I'll look to change it up away from AFL. I'll say my certainty. I'm doing this game, the Waffle W, as well tomorrow. So I'll say Subiaco's certainty to beat South Fremantle and keep their unbeaten streak alive, despite having a lot of outs because of the 18s.
Well, I'll go tonight then because that one is a bit boring. Geelong certainty to beat Brisbane.
Yeah, no, I like it.
I'm not sure that's a certainty.
First, second, isn't it? Pretty much.
I'm not sure that's a certainty, but I do rate.
I do rate the confidence. And I'm going for a bold can't win. Now, you said that, what was it? Port Adelaide should win. I think every home team this week should win.
Oh.
I've tipped every single home team this week. Freo have started that off lovely. And I'm going Gold Coast can't win. You want to know why?
Why?
They're off the bye.
No.
Yep. They're off the bye.
They're not fresh.
No, they are. They're fresh. And they've lost momentum.
Valid.
And I think GWS will run them over at Showgrounds, Sydney Showgrounds. Not run them over, but win by at least 15.
Yeah, just quietly. GWS have had a couple of games this year that.
Where are they at? They're like the Perth Demons in the Colts. Like, where are you at?
Shocked everyone. Yeah. What are they doing?
Yeah. I thought St Kilda and Essendon were inconsistent, but GWS.
Yeah.
It's like a yo-yo.
Yeah, literally. Right.
I can't win. Oh, I don't want this to come back to bite me because they're rated very highly from what I believe. But I'm going to say Queensland can't beat our WA girls on Sunday.
Big.
Probably should have.
The conditions might hurt Queensland.
I should have flipped it and say that should have been my certainty, but I'll stick with Queensland can't win.
Yep,
can't win.
You can do anything this week.
I like AFL, so I'll stick with it.
Yeah, I'll go with the AFL.
Can't win. Carlton can't beat North Melbourne.
Whoa! Oh boy, really?
It's so dumb. Sorry.
They've both travelled back from Perth.
It's gonna work. You watch.
One of them's on a 6-day break, the other's on a 7-day break. If anything, it's probably leaning towards North Melbourne if you're looking at it from that point of view.
Yeah.
But in terms of a better side, that's pretty bold.
Nah,
Actually, Carlton have lost a lot of players from the weekend.
Carlton are a better side, but I just have a feeling North will get over.
That's ballsy. You've made 2 ballsy calls.
It's honestly because one of my mates goes for Carlton, and I just don't want to see Carlton win.
Oh, that's fair. All right. The fines?
Las Vegas.
Is that it?
Vegas, yeah.
You need to bring more to the table than just one fine.
There's nothing else that's really happened. No. I can't think of anything. What are you getting up?
I don't know. See if
I'm
I'm gonna fine Drizzy.
Huh?
Yeah,
What did I do?
You're just not paying attention. Switch on, buddy.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
Switch
fair.
on,
he's,
champ.
he's
That's
valid.
valid.
He's not got a game this week, so he can switch off.
Where are you going? You going down south or up north like people do on the bye week?
I am working on Sunday actually.
You don't usually play on Sundays, so the Demons don't play on Sunday usually. So what's on the agenda for Saturday?
I
Should come out to Swan Athletic and watch a C5 Reserves masterclass.
I should, yeah. Should I come over? Nah, I'm just watching my mate play country league hockey this weekend. So
Hockey?
Hopefully it's a little bit entertaining. It probably won't be. It's gonna be very wet the deck. So we'll see what happens. But no, like Sunday.
Where is it?
Young Chinese boy.
No, you can't put that up, bro.
Sorry to interrupt.
That wasn't
on
me.
earth?
That wasn't me. Who was
Hey,
that?
the reason
That was Charles
I'll
Lim. Shout
find
out
you.
Charles
You
Lim.
ended our Snapchat streak. No, I think I did actually.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I think actually I did. Well, I didn't end it
Yeah, I
on
went on a
purpose. I just
Snapchat the
didn't.
other day and like I saw somebody like 3 days ago. I haven't opened and like I just can't be.
Just lazy.
I just can't be fucked with Snapchat anymore. Honestly,
Not the
It's
only one.
emotional. He's grown up.
yeah. Literally.
What was I going to
But
say?
no.
So where is the hockey?
The hockey is at the stadium. Curtin.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought that was bulldozed and they were redeveloping it.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Maybe they haven't started yet.
Probably haven't started. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yep, and then I started with support work with a different kid on.
What you about to say? A different company? I was like, geez,
on-
proper cashed up.
on Wednesday night. Nah, same company, Whatability. And yeah, that was great. And then went to his training actually. Never had so much rain just pissed down all over me. I reckon it was
happens.
I reckon it was around 10 mil, maybe more.
It's a lot of rain.
It was a lot of rain. Constant from 5 till 6 o'clock. But
When it rains, it pours.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, and then Sunday I got his game. So
Nice. Where at?
I actually don't know where it is.
Well,
yeah.
that's a shit support worker there. You
Yeah.
are.
And if that doesn't sum up the episode anymore, then I don't know what does.
They haven't told me.
Nathan, you enjoy calling tomorrow.
Thank you. Enjoy your weekend,
Drizzy,
lads.
I'll see you at 1:10 at Swan Athletic Football Club
I'll be there.
for a half forward masterclass. I've been
Signing
promoted.
session.
Been promoted.
Signing session.
Yep, signing session. The boys are keen to see you down there, and maybe you can check on the pink shirt.
Lads.
Maybe you
Check
can-
on the pink shirt.
We'll
for
give
us.
him the login to our Instagram. You can do some like updates.
We need a runner.
commentary.
We need a runner.
Case
in
footy.
the-
You need a runner?
We need a league runner.
I might have to come down.
Yeah, 3:05 in the league game starts. We might need you. We got one for the reserves.
I don't know a
but-
single name besides Bray, so.
and I won't be at. They'll be at the bar for the league game.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you boys next week. It's been a pleasure as always.
See you.
Catch up.